Welcome to Data Clues, the channel where mystery links in every shadow and the truth is always just out of reach. If you're a seeker of justice, a lover of cold cases, or someone who simply can't resist the pull of the unknown, then you are in the right place. Subscribe, like, and let's walk into the darkness together. The murder of Betty Shanks, Brisbane's most enduring mystery. It was calm September evening in 1952. The Brisbane suburb of Wilston was beginning to drift into its night slumber, blissfully unaware that brutal act was about to shatter its serenity forever. Betty Shanks, a 22-year-old university student, bright, kind, and fiercely independent, was on her way home from an evening class. She never made it back. Her brutalized body was discovered the next morning, just 100 meters from her home, in the front yard of neighbor. Her face was unrecognizable, her jaw was shattered, her skull fractured. The serene safety of Brisbane's suburbs was shattered in a single night. And what follows was a decades-long mystery that continues to haunt Australia. Born in 1930, Betty Shanks was the only child of Ted and Hilda Shanks, a quiet, intelligent young woman. She was deeply respected by peers and professors alike. She had been working for the Department of Public Health and attending night classes at the University of Queensland, where she was studying part-time. Betty was seen as trustworthy and dependable, an ordinary woman in many respects, which made the brutality of her murder all the more incomprehensible. There were no apparent enemies, no commercial affairs, and no whispers of troubled past, just a bright future, extinguished in one horrifying moment. On the morning of September 20, 1952, local resident John Harding was out for a routine walk when he stumbled upon a chilling sight: Betty's lifeless body, laying face down in neighborhood's garden on Carberry Street. Her face was mutilated, the extent of injuries so severe that her father had difficulty identifying her. She had been beaten to death with such violence that part of her skull were crushed. Her shoes, handbag, and watch were missing, items that would never be found. Yet there was no sign of sexual assault, and robbery didn't appear to be the primary motive. What could provoke such ferocity? Passion? Hatred? Or something far more sinister? The investigation was immediate and intense. Over 4,000 people were interviewed. Nearly every house with a 3-mile radius were canvassed. Witnesses reported seeing a strange man loitering near the tram stop that evening. Others spoke of military-style footprints near the scene, but nothing conclusive ever emerged. At one point, authorities even brought in clairvoyant in desperation. Rumors spread. Was Betty mistaken for someone else? Did she stumble upon a secret she wasn't meant to know? The police speculated that Betty might have been followed home from tram stop, yet no one saw the attack. No one heard her scream. Many theories have emerged over the decades, each as intriguing and perplexing as next. One suspect was mentally ill ex-serviceman who reportedly confessed while institutionalized, but inconsistency in his story and lack of physical evidence ruled him out. Another lead focused on police officers stationed nearby. His behavior was reportedly suspicious and he allegedly altered his shift record around the time of the murder, but again, no conclusive proof. A more recent theory by author Ken Blanche suggests that Betty was accidentally killed by a soldier trying to steal a motorcycle. He claimed the soldier mistook her for someone else and panicked. This theory, while completing the detail, remains officially unproven. Time has mutilated the fact. Witnesses have died. Memories have faded. But the question remains, who killed Betty Shanks and why? The murder of Betty Shanks gripped the nation. It became Queensland's most infamous cold case. Even today, it's discussed in cafes, classrooms, and crime podcasts. Flowers are still occasionally left on the sidewalk where her body was found. In 2006, a fresh appeal was launched by police, but no breakthrough came. Technology has improved, but forensic evidence from 1950 was either insufficient or contaminated by decades of mishandling. To this day, people still write about the case, books, articles, theories, and yet no one has ever been able to name the killer with certainty. Betty Shanks never got to graduate, never had a chance to build the life she dreamed of. Her murder wasn't just taking of a life, it was the birth of haunting, a whole inner history of Brisbane, a wound that refuses to heal. The image of her walking home that night, alone under the quiet street lamp unaware a danger stalking her, it's a tragic echo from the past, still heard today. And perhaps the most unsettling part of all, her killer might have walked away into the night, unnoticed, unpunished, and perhaps never even left Brisbane. This was deadly close, where the shadow of the past are never far behind. If Betty's short story moved you, share it, because someone, somewhere, might still hold the missing piece, and one day the silence might finally break. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to uncover more mysteries with us. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and remember, the dead can't speak, but their story still can.